Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we continue exploring on our second day in Cairo. In the morning, we did a full tour of the Giza necropolis and the amazing pyramids. You can watch that walking tour video at the link above. In this video, we'll visit the Egyptian Museum and the Cairo Tower. Let's go! Is it your first time visiting my channel? If so, welcome, and I'm glad to have you here. I do videos on airline trip reports and other travel adventures. So if you like what you see, please consider clicking the like and subscribe buttons. After the pyramids, we headed back to the heart of Cairo and Tahrir Square via an Uber. Uber, along with the Cairo Metro, are really the best modes of transportation around the city. Uber is very inexpensive, and most of the cars are in much better condition than the taxis. We had lost track of time at the pyramids, so we were rushing to get back to the museum to ensure we could spend at least a couple of hours before it closed at 5. Our driver was amazing, as he was able to find little shortcuts through the side streets. Eventually we made it. Given the time, there was no queue and we were able to go in straight away. We entered this historic building that was constructed in 1902 and were surrounded by all kinds of artifacts. We stood under the rotunda trying to decide the best way to make our way around the museum. Immediately ahead of us was the Great Hall, filled with large stone carvings. I kind of felt like I was Indiana Jones for a second, looking for some secret clue among these ancient artifacts. At the far end of the hall was the limestone statue of the pharaoh Amenhotep III and his wife Tiye. This statue dates back to 1360 BC. Upon further exploration of the main level of the museum, we noticed that many of the mummies had been removed. I believe most of the mummies are now housed at the new National Museum of Egyptian Civilization. Furthermore, the whole place had a bit of a large, cluttered warehouse feel. There's just so many artifacts that there isn't enough space for them all. This is the reason the Museum of Egyptian Civilization and the soon-to-be opened GEM, the Grand Egyptian Museum, were commissioned and built. These new facilities will allow many of these historical artifacts to have a home befitting their grandeur. Next, we headed upstairs for the main attraction. The King Tutankhamen exhibit. I remember as a child the King Tut exhibit visiting my hometown of Toronto and my father taking me to see it. Those are distant memories, so it was quite nice to see it again. No filming or photography is allowed inside the Tutankhamen exhibit, so you'll just have to take my word for it that it's amazing. After King Tut, we perused the remainder of the upstairs of the museum. There was a wide variety of items on display, from necklaces to carvings, figurines, and pottery. However, since many of the artifacts have been moved from here to the new gem, the Grand Egyptian Museum, the current museum looks like it's been looted. In fact, the whole place seemed very tired and as if upkeep was limited to just the bare minimum. I will have to make a return to Cairo in the future once the new gem has opened to see all of the Egyptian artifacts in their full splendor. As it was now nearing closing time, we were ushered by the museum staff to the exit. Hope you're liking the video so far. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. We walked out towards Tahrir Square and made our way towards the Nile. The mighty Nile, one of the longest and most famous rivers of the world, beginning over 6,000 kilometers away at Lake Victoria near the city of Kampala, Uganda. We watched from the Qasr al-Nil bridge, it flowing north towards the Mediterranean. It was nearing sunset, and we wanted to make it to the top of the Cairo Tower before it was completely dark, so we quickly crossed the bridge and headed to the tower. There's two types of tickets at the tower, a regular ticket and an express ticket. With the regular ticket, you have to wait until your number or time slot is called, so those with limited time may want to get an express ticket. With the express ticket, which we purchased, you can go in immediately and ride the next available elevator trip up. You also receive a food and beverage voucher, which you can use at the restaurant at the top. The ride up was quick on the tiny little elevator, but once up, you need to make your way up some small, narrow steps before you're in an open-air observation deck. Walking around, you get a magnificent view of the city. It is said on a clear day that you can see the pyramids, but I'm not sure when that would happen with all the pollution. After grabbing a coffee and some snacks at the restaurant up top, we headed down, grabbed an Uber, and made our way to Nasser City and the Little Ocean seafood restaurant for dinner. The restaurant has a dramatic exterior with undulating fins and blue LED lighting. Inside, the restaurant is just as impressive, with a river down the middle and a huge TV wall displaying an aquarium-like video. After a long day of visiting the pyramids, which you can watch at the link above, as well as the museum and the Cairo Tower, we really needed a hearty and tasty meal to finish off our day and our short visit to Egypt. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.